and welcome to FinextraTV. We're here at Money20 in Amsterdam. With me now is Abe Smith from Paymentology. Abe, thanks for inviting us to your stand to speak with you today.
Pleasure.
Really good to have you on, and I know you've got a really busy Money20 ahead of you, so thanks for giving us your time. And I'm interested to hear, on the floor, speaking to the rest of the delegates, what are you hearing as the big fintech and banking trends that we're seeing today? We'll start there.
Well, I guess some of the trends in terms of banking are a move away from the traditional suppliers. Certainly, if you're talking about the trends in our industry, moving away from traditional suppliers who can't really facilitate the kind of functionality and ease of use and speed to market and customer experience that newer fintechs are providing. So banks, all 24,000 of them, are somewhere in the kind of path to digitization, and they're having to an extent to reinvent themselves. Some of them do it by the creation of a neobank, some of them are doing it lock, stock and barrel by transitioning to a digital environment, and in that journey there are a whole lot of questions to be answered, and it's quite stressful for banks, but it's an exciting time for us as a kind of more digital, modern provider to be interacting with them. Whereas previously we would have just been interacting with fintechs, now we're interacting with neobanks and sometimes traditional banks and migrating them lock, stock and barrel to a kind of more digital environment.
That's right, and it is an exciting time, and I'm interested to hear how Paymentology fits in. Could you guide us through your cloud-based infrastructure and also highlight those benefits of using those APIs when card issuing at scale as well? Sure.
Well, I mean, the first is, you touched upon it right there, is APIs. We are a purely API-driven service, so we expose a very, very rich range of APIs to our clients. And this enables our clients to do a couple of things. Firstly, to take ownership on a product level of a really complicated and deep value proposition rather than them having to code to bring out new product and to configure their product. So they get really rich product and they can manage it internally at a product level without having to come back to us as a supplier and take ages and ages. So they can get very fast to market and have an amazing customer experience, the more akin to a kind of neobank experience than a traditional bank experience. So rich functionality is one. The second point is, I guess, data. So we're on a journey around data. And that journey is really getting closer to the meaning behind the data, nearer and nearer, I guess, basket level data. We're not quite there yet, but we're on that journey. And for us, data means greater insights. So we tend to unpack the data a little bit more than maybe some other folks. And in doing so, we can gain insights from that data, and those insights can help our clients manage the inherent risk in their financial value proposition, downside and upside risk. So risk of fraud, but also risk of offering new product. And what that means is they can monetize their client cohort maybe a little bit better, offer a bit better service to that client cohort. So we love that. So functionality, data, but the third thing is, and you may have heard this kind of expression before, cloud native.
Yes.
And I know everyone says, oh, we're cloud native. What we don't mean by that is we're in a couple of big multi-tenant data centers that service the world, because that doesn't service the world. What we do mean by that is we are capable of going dedicated or multi-tenant and in any environment and very, very quickly. And it's only by doing that that you can service any kind of client in any kind of region. And that's what we're doing. Those three, think of them as circles in a Venn diagram, those three things, but currently in 50 odd different countries around the world. And so if you had to encompass what that is as a value proposition, I'd call it like a global neo-processor. And there aren't that many on the list of global neo-processors, so it's a fun time for us.
Yes, it is, and you've explained that very well, so I'm interested to hear, taking all of that into account, how you see this space evolving then, moving forward, and maybe touch on what's in store for Paymentology as well.
When you say this space, I assume the client space, the market evolving, moving forward. So I think one of the things that's interesting is inherently one of the things we do is we help issuers go live. We help them issue a card and then we help them manage the card. We provide a card management program. Issuers always used to be banks. That's no longer true. Issuers today can be anybody. They will be your phone company. They could be a separate fintech. They could be your bank. They could be someone completely different. And so embedded finance is cropping up anywhere and everywhere. So two things. Everyone is becoming an issuer. Everything is becoming virtualized. And everything is becoming faster and more convenient. If we can service that marketplace as distinct from just historical banks, but also do banks, then I think two things will happen. We will generate a better customer experience, will generate better value, will generate more financial inclusion, which we think is a good thing to do, and will address, I think, a marketplace which is desperate to be disrupted, which is the issue of processing marketplace. All of those things I think are great.
What I'm hearing is that the customer is going to be the real one to benefit.
The customer has always got to be the winner, and if that's the ultimate value proposition that you're servicing, it's a great one.
Well, look, Abe, thank you so much for sharing your insights, and certainly a space to watch. Looking forward to hearing more from Paymentology, but thank you very much. I'll let you get back out there.
Thanks.